So, this is the second part of our Russia race of the L2S community in Season 2. Sadly, a few participants dropped out right in the moment when the start should have happened. One of the participants, sadly, was me. So, I did not see the race start, but we had a good qualifying from Chris Tam, and therefore he is leading the way still after the start. Here we see the tire strategy, so it will be a one-stop race for sure, no matter if red to white or red to yellow. And yeah, so let's just join in, let's just have a look how this will go on until the end of the race. It is a very important race in the end, maybe for Chris Tam, because he might be the one who snatches the championship in the end. That could be, and as things stand right now, it actually is right that way. He just needs to win, just needs to finish where he is right now, just needs to drive home the next 25 laps and everything is fine for him. So I needed a moment to get all the background stuff being sorted out of our stream. It's always very annoying for us to have some lobby and stream crashes. The lobby crashes itself are already pretty bad, but for me as a broadcaster, I double hate it because of the fact that I have to restart the stream again, and so it's crippled into 2 or more parts and whatever, but okay, it is as it is. And so what happened on the start? We have seen not the big moves in the top 3, only Castor France pushing into the top 3, then Ian on 4th, Nick Aganona losing 2 spots. Good starts from Jimio and Cunha. Landabout -3. Royal Harvey pushing up by 8 positions, but he already has a first penalty handed to him. That's a +5. Wow, +5. Sadly, I didn't catch that. And two big losers of the start, Slayer and Aces versus Kings. I suppose they already had a stop. Yes, it is. Probably those two guys somewhere met in the middle and therefore needed a new nose. So the weather is sunny. By the way, we had a sunny qualifying, sunny race 2, while the Tier 2 race was wet. Quali was wet. The race start was wet, but then very fast turned into dry conditions. So this is the view of Castor France, the TV pod, who's chasing Ian over the track. Next DRS zone upcoming after the next right hand turn. We will, by the way, see a lot of penalties coming in this race. When does the attack come from the Frenchman? And Ian defending on the inside lane for Ian again, but they leave each other breathing space. For the moment, Ian was able to defend against the Frenchie, but this might not end up very well on long term. Oh, I see in our telemetry tool that Nick Agnola had front wing damage and therefore now is in the pits. Next attack here from Castro France. No attack. Just getting closer. He's very close here now to Ian. In this long left-hander, he needs to lift a little bit due to dirty air. He needs a downforce and fresh air. Ian and Castro now both are handed a 30 seconds penalty. We will see a lot of these +3s here tonight. I mentioned it already in the qualifying. Luckily, with Antonio Liuzzi, the former real-life F1 driver, is not part of L2S because he might be disqualified here again. And a next fighting group, let's have a look into this one. This is a 4, maybe 5-man train. Dean Cunha leading the way. Right behind him is Landobot. Then we ride on Miss Piggy. That's a car name of John Bunter. Landobot attacking on the inside. Cunha able to defend for the moment. And behind, oh, there's someone behind. Royal Harvey and Ryan Van Doom. Very close to the rear of Bunter. Cunha racing on medium tires. That means he might have a little bit of disadvantage against Landabot and Bunter. So this little train is brought to us now from the camera of Ryan Van Doom. Meanwhile, Ian finally has dropped his position to Castro France. And what's going on now? John Bunter could not attack. He lost the position to Royal Harvey. Cunha is fast. Dean Cunha is fast on the straight, fast enough to defend against other drivers behind him. Landobot, a little bit of acceleration problem, therefore Royal Harvey slipped through. Ryan Van Doom does not look like he would be in a position to attack. Wheel to wheel between Landobot and Bunter, and both should be DRS equipped. Landobot now with a little bit of better acceleration for the moment. The position is back to Landobot, and there is Ryan Van Doom into the action. I said Ryan Van Doom is not close enough. He was close enough, and not even close enough. He even overtook. So this group could deliver us a lot of fun in the next minutes. Have a look how close they are together. Due to the fights, they lose time, and therefore the drivers from behind get close enough to open up the DRS. So we are now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers inside each other's DRS window. So eventually all of them are indirectly battling for P7. P14 battling for P7, so to say. I have a first look now into our telemetry tool, and crucial on this track will be the front left tire and maybe the rear left. But it's rather balanced due to the long left-hander turn 2. It's rather balanced between left and right degradation. And of our battle group, sadly, Landobot did not put in his telemetry information, but the others, everyone is. So at the end of 30, beginning low 40% of tire degradation. The only one who looks pretty bad maybe is Official and Jimmy O. Official in second, Jimmy O in 5. So those are the two I expect to stop as the first soft runners. And some more info to get in from this big battle group. From, what is it? P7 and beyond. So P7 and behind. P7, that's Royal Harvey. His excess fuel is more or less used up. So he has 0.27 laps of excess gasoline, so he cannot run in rich engine mode any longer, and he's down to just 20% of ERS load, under 20 now. So Royal Harvey has more or less used up all his reserves in his defense mode of this massive big train group behind him. But right now, Cunha looks like he might dropped out of the DRS window. Yes, he did. Just in the detection moment, he was too far away to open up the rear wing, and that might give Royal Harvey a little bit of a breathing room. While now Dean Cunha will be the one who is at risk from behind. Can he slip into the 1 second window? It looks quite good right now. Now he's over it again. Detection is right here, and it looks like Cunha is out, while Landobot is very close to him. Landobot. Yes, he made it. He made it past our host. Oh, there's the counter. There's the counter attack of Dean Cunha, wheel to wheel in the long left-hander. Leave some breathing space, boys. And they did. Great battle. Clean but safe battle between Cunha and Landobot. And all that brings back in John Bunter, Miss Piggy into the action, maybe. So this is all filmed and brought to us by the view of John Bunter in P10. He has a 55% tire degradation on the rear, so 2 or 3 more laps maybe, but then it should be it for his soft tire and ahead. Landobot cut back inside against Cunha. No chance. Dean Cunha is defending very well. And no. Still no chance for Landobot to overtake or attack. Castor France in the pits. And Bunter too. John Bunter into the pits. Let's stay with him here for the moment. With him and with Landobot. Multiple drivers now pitting a bit early. And right when I say it, the game tells us that the pit window for one stop is open to continue the race on mediums. Everyone has stopped for mediums. Moschetit, John Bunter, Infamous, Castor France. All of them will continue their race on medium tire. And I suppose that everyone who will pit after this lap will do so too. John Bunter in P16. So maybe let's stay with him for a moment and let's see how or if his undercut worked against the drivers he was so close again, or close to, before he pitted. The top 4 did not pit yet. All of them on the used softs from the quali. They are all orange now in our telemetry tool. Just Ian, the only one who is able to make the tires survive a little bit longer. Chris Tom in the pits. I suppose that everyone from the top 4 will now pit. No, official did not. Official wants to run one more lap. And as soon as the banter lap is over and we see what happened to his undercut, we will jump to official and see if or where he will be ranked then after his stop. Jimmy O, Ian, Landabot on mediums to continue their race. John Bunter has a bit of a helping hand now from Nick Agnola, who is towing Bunter here in the DRS zone, but there is no one close or near on the pit exit. That means the other drivers are still continuing one more lap, and now he needs to fight against Agnola, and that maybe cost him a little bit of time, but he already won the pit stop battle, like at least against Landabot. So now let's have a look at official. Just as I mentioned, here he is, our tank, the fastest tank in the world. He should be pitting. Yes, he does. He will pit. Oh no, he spun in the pit entry. He has spun in the pit entry, and now does he hurt his nose? Ooh. He made his nose survive, but still that costed a lot of time, of course. Let's just stay with him and watch where he will be ranked after his pit stop. He lost multiple positions now, but some of them did not stop yet. Still, he is back into P10, just ahead of Jimmy O. And Chappie's out. Chappie is out. There is a wrecked car. There is a big wrecked car. Chappie, our admin, is out, and we have a VSC, virtual safety car. Who could take advantage of that now? Is there anyone in the pits? It doesn't look like. There's no one near the pit lane entry, so that means no advantage for anyone. So yellow is, yes, vanished. We are back to green. Racing condition again. And we still wait for the medium starters to get in for their final pit stop. They will probably still drive for, yeah, maybe 3-4 more laps. And then all of them will pit for the soft tire then. I expect them to do so at least. We are right at the midway mark of the race. We have seen just one driver to crash, one DNF only. No safety car phase yet. So that speaks for the L2S quality. While we watch Bellox on his... Well, we watched Bellox. I'm sorry, I had a short microphone issue, but I think everything is working now again. Yep, champion has left the session. I hope you are still with us for the rest of the race and watch your boys battling it out on the track. Meanwhile, Royal Harvey in the lead, only because he didn't stop yet. And then in second, Chris Tam, his more or less only championship rival left. That's Mark Ainlay. Ainlay sitting in P15 after his pit stop, so everything looks like it is set up for Chris Tam. Everything looks like he could be the one celebrating here after this race. I am part of another league, and the last championship winner of this other league, the Mainstream Racing Series, he put in a video of a shoey after he won the championship, so maybe Chris Tam will do so too. Chris Tam, in case you hear me, in case you rewatch this race, would be nice if you put in a classic Danny Ricciardo shoey for winning the championship. Maybe, still not safe, but it very much looks alike. He's now chasing Royal Harvey over the track to get his lead back. He knows that Harvey will still need a pit stop still. Chris Tam manages to cruise by him in the DRS zone and is back into the lead. So our midfield battle group sadly has vanished and stretched away due to the different pit stop strategies. We just see maybe a few duels. Let's have a look into where some racing action is going on. First one we find is Castor France chasing Bellox. Well, we saw Official almost spinning out there in turn 15, I think it was. Bellox now taking his one and only pit stop. Therefore, Castor France is up in 5th, Ian 6, Official 7. All of them will still make up 3 more positions due to Harvey, Cunha, Van Doom not having pitted yet. Serious Mushroom, Bellox, the first to mount the fresh softs to finish the race on it. And Chris Tam back in the leads, 2 seconds ahead of Royal Harvey, who still needs a pit stop. So the next one who is on the same strategy is then only Castor France, right, the guy we are with here right now. And Castor France is 16 seconds behind Chris Tam. So for the last 11.5 laps, Chris Tam can quite smoothly cruise it home and yeah, take the championship with it. And here we see the battle, Ian versus Official. 2 classic L2S community members. Royal Harvey now in the pits, getting his fresh softs for the end of the race. Let's have a short look about the penalty situation. We see a bunch of +3s. Cunha, Van Doom, Official, Bunter, Mark Ainley and Aces versus Kings on +3s. And then a few drivers on multiple +3s, like maybe Castor France and Ian, Jimmy O, Nick Agnola and Marshatit. Marshatit right now the penalty king, but that won't stay that way. We will see a lot more penalty seconds in the last third of the race. And official now close to Ian. Usually he would be able to attack him easily, but no, he does so too. Even though Ian does have DRS power likewise. Wheel to wheel, and official got through. Official got through. He looked very fast on the straight. Or other way around, Ian looked quite slow on the straight. Both of the guys have more or less used up their excess fuels, both with 0.2s on excess fuel, so they might need to save some fuel in the rest of the race. Next attack from official, and that looks even easier than he did it against Ian. Just push through very easily over Castor France, our little Frenchie. And so everyone except Slayer is now through on his pit stop. Oh, Castor France needing to go wide there. Everyone is through on the pit stop strategy, so I will get in the penalty second situation. Just pick up your favorite driver and have a look where he he or she might go to in the end with the penalty seconds. And so Ian in fourth. Fourth sounds quite good, but with all the drivers behind him not having that many penalty seconds, if even, he will be ranked back a lot. So he might finish in fourth, but in the end be ranked back into P, what is it then? P7, P8 maybe? But we still have 8 plus the rest of this, so actually 9 laps to go. And still a lot of things can change in those 9 laps, but Ian is an intelligent driver. I think he is very aware of his situation, and I think he knows that he must stay away of penalty seconds and hope that the drivers around him pick up some more. And here we see some wheel-to-wheel action into the long left-hander. That's Infamous versus Jimmy. Oh, Infamous chasing the Jimmy. Infamous will be ranked ahead as he is still unpenalized. One of just a handful drivers who managed not to pick up a penalty yet. And another battle not that far away. Royal Harvey on softs against John Bunter on mediums ahead. And just a few meters away is Lando Bot 2. Therefore, Bunter is allowed to open up the rear wing likewise. But Harvey looks faster still on the track, on the straight. Now better acceleration with his faster soft tire. It looks like Harvey could go a lot faster than Bunter. But only if he can make it around Bunter. And behind is the serious mushroom. That is very serious that he's right there behind them. Attack here from Harvey, wheel to wheel. But Bunter squashed him off. Yes, he did. Oh, have a look how close he is. My goodness, my goodness. Harvey's sitting in the gearbox of John Bunter's Miss Piggy car, and now he did it. He ran a little wide in the end, but still he was able to push through. This is the view of the mushroom. We are sitting on the mushroom head and He is DRS equipped, even though he looks a bit far away from John Bunter. But he should have a tire advantage on Bunter 2 on the soft, so John Bunter might be ranked back into 10th only anymore. Maybe just 1 point for Miss Piggy in the end. And ahead of Bunter, have a look, Royal Harvey is pushing. The Royal Harvey is pushing here against Landobot. He looks very close. If he could have good acceleration, clean acceleration here, he should have a chance to push ahead. Wheel to wheel before turn 1. Have a look how easily he cruised by Landobot. Little bit of a lock tire in the end, but that was not a problem. And now he must push away on his softs, because he needs to create a gap of at least 3 seconds to stay in this position because of the plus 3 seconds penalty he has on his account. But that could be possible. That could be possible for him to pull away on his faster soft tire. Oh, Bunter has touched the barrier there. Quick look into the telemetry. And I can tell you he does not have front wing damage. Three-man fighting group after the second DRS zone, and Landobot was struggling on the brake, and now did he lose a position? Did he lose it? Wheel to wheel here in the last sector. Cut back inside from Landobot. Now Mushroom attacking Landobot 2 on the fastest soft tire. Oh, Landobot lost 2 positions in this sector only because he had a bad acceleration, and now is ranked back into 10th. Now it's Landobot who's sitting in the final points spot, and Mushroom ahead of Bunter. So as steady it was on the podium, especially on P1, as much up and down we have in the midfields. I hope it's okay that I concentrate the camera on this battle, as there is the most action going on. Sadly, I do not have any replay option, so I need to get the action depicted right when it happens. Ryan Van Doom and Moshetit, by the way, both have a little bit of front wing damage. Ryan Van Doom in 12th, battling against Mark Ainley. Maybe that was where the damage came from. And Moshetit sitting in P17. With 27 seconds of penalty. So with the next penalty against Moshetit, I think then he will hit the 30 mark. And I think 30 is the with Antonio Liuzzi border, the borderline, the Liuzzi border, when he will get disqualified. That would be a big shame. He would probably be nagged then the whole week inside the group chat until the next race event. Mark Ainley in the pits. Wow, what's happening there? Mark Ainley. He needs a new nose. New nose 2 for Mark Ainley. Fresh softs. Yeah, so the only one who could have been challenging Christam had a bad evening. Golden Pickle not here anyway. So Mark Ainley now in 16th. And let's have a look back into our fighting group and have a look. Dean Cunha has caught up to the field. Dean Cunha makes it now maybe a foursome. In his... is it all black? All black livery, it looks like very dark. Oh, and we have a full course yellow. I think it was a VSC. Sadly, it's not depicted in the top left corner, but I think I saw. Oh, it's Ian! Ian and Official both have massive front wing damage. Ian has already finished his pit stop. No, not only that, he has given up the race. He is out. He retired from the race event. And who else? Official. Is Official still running? He is. Oh, and there's a lot missing. There's a lot of winglets missing on his front. No! Chris Tam received a drive-through penalty. Chris Tam received a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. How big is that? My goodness, my goodness. But with 19 seconds of gap, I think that is... Official needing a pit stop for his new nose. So... then in the end, Castor France would be the leader. But with the 12 seconds of penalties, Castor France would definitely not be good enough to stay in the lead. Chris Tam has still 2 more laps of time to serve his drive-through penalty. So Morshetit has not picked up another penalty yet. I don't know if he listens to me or if he is warned already enough. And Official did not stop. Official has 100% damage on front wing. Morshetit, by the way, too. Morshetit had a problem. Morshetit had a crash somewhere. It's interesting that Official really tries to go through the race on it, maybe. At least that looks like. And Casto France, Chris Tam did not serve his penalty yet. I sincerely hope he is aware of his drive-through penalty. I already had it once with a driver while Morshetit has retired. he retired before picking up the 30th second of penalty. I wanted to say I had one race where a driver was not informed by the in-game chef that he has a penalty, a drive-through penalty on his account, and then got disqualified. I sincerely hope that Chris Tam knows about his situation, and what I could imagine is the fact that he is just trying to push as hard as he can right now. Yes, he's running in fuel mix 3 right now, just pushing out all the reserves he has to widen his gap a little more and then to stay in front. With Official and his heavily damaged front wing, he's now ranked back to 5th. Official is not a threat for him again. Yes, now he serves his penalty. Then we have Castor France 23 seconds away, plus the penalties of Castor France. So Chris Tam will in the end still be the leader and still will win the race. But he did it in a very dramatic way. Last lap pit stop. That reminds me so much of Michael Schumacher winning the 1998 Silverstone Grand Prix in the pit lane with serving a drive-through, or I'm not sure if it was a drive-through or even a stop and go, but anyway, he won the race on it. Yeah, Christam still in the leads very comfortably, 3 seconds still away almost of Casto France, plus 12 seconds on Casto penalty account. So we are already in the last lap, and applause to official for making his car last until now. He will finish then in 6th position, but I'm not sure if he maybe was would have been ranked a bit higher if he just made a final pit stop for Nuno's. Anyway, Chris Tam is half through the last lap of this race. Chris Tam, I remember when I first time read his name, and I was really intrigued by him snatching almost every pole position in Tier 2. Then he got promoted into Tier 1. He snatched every pole in Tier 1 too, and had some great results. And now the new Season 2 champion of the L2S community, Chris Tam. Congratulations. Applause from my commentary booth to Mr. Tam, who won the second L2S championship here, even with 2 races still left in the second season. He has won the race, he won the championship. In the race, in 2nd position, Mr. Royal Harvey. Let's have a short look about the positions changed. Royal Harvey coming up by 17 positions. That's really a great result for him. Starting in the last row, then in 3rd, Infamous. Those 3 guys we will see in just a moment on the podium. Mark Ainley, the only one who could have held the championship open, has finished only in P14. So the winners leap or jump on the podium and the cup, but actually this is all just a little bit of a win today, but the much more important thing is the championship of Chris Tam. Here's the final result after penalties. I did not watch the ups and downs. There was a lot of back and forth in the end, penalty wise. Chris Tam has won in front of Royal Harvey and Infamous. Then we see P4 Serious Mushroom, P5 Jimmy O, 6 Casto France, 7 Dean Cunha, P8 in the end then for the front wing damaged official, P9 Bellox, P10 Ryan Van Doom, P11 Landobot, 12th goes to Slayer, 13 John Bunter, 14th Nick Agnola, 15 Aces versus Kings, P16 last one to finish the race was Mark Ainley. P17 and beyond did not finish. That is Marshated, Ian and Chappie. Once again, very high class race. The L2S community, definitely the highest quality of races that I work with, that I have seen thus far. Race without a qualifier, without a safety car is always an indication of really good race quality. Yeah, thanks for being with us here tonight. Next Thursday evening we will then head to COTA, the US Grand Prix in Austin, Texas. The event starts at 9 p.m. Stream goes on always 5 or 10 minutes before the race. If you want to be notified for the event to start, just hit the subscribe button to my channel and you will get a notification on your device. Thanks for being with us. It was a pleasure to stream this home to your living room. I hope you will be with us next week again. Until then, stay safe in these times. Have a nice evening. And keep racing.